All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So this particular video is about a conversation going on Twitter right now by a Microsoft employee by the name of Christopher Scott. He is asking the question, what will it take for you to trust Microsoft? Good question. My personal mission is to understand where the mistrust lies and see if there's any way to change that, namely within the Linux community. Short version, this is a Hatfield McCoy situation. There's a lot of bad blood. Those that don't know that reference, look it up. Wikipedia is your friend. The short version of this is that there's a minimum of 15 years of bad blood between all the stuff that was said in the early 2000s to the license the license agreements and stuff that are very ominous and not a lot of details given to you as far as what entails them, as far as the patent protection and all the other stuff. Nobody says it's not transparent. But the biggest thing, specifically talking Linux community, is that there seems to be a lack of sincerity in what you guys do. You guys claim you heart Linux, so that's great. As I objectively look back, I'm a Windows 10 user, I'm a Mac OS user, and I'm a Linux user, and I objectively step back and look at it. Everything you guys done is for your bottom dollar. .NET's open source. Awesome. Guess what? That's for developers. XFAT's trying to get into the kernel. Great. Now I don't have to download the XFAT utilities, but that's just so you guys can... Then it's like you guys do something else. Oh, that's for Azure. There's just so much you guys do that it's great you're doing it. But I look at it and it's like money, and that's fine. Linux users, honestly, the sane ones want companies to make money. I buy a lot of software still, even on Linux. But the point is, there's a lack of sincerity in it, because it's like you objectively can sit back and be like, well, if they heart Linux, then why is the snap for Skype 6 months out of date, yet the deb on their website that I download is up to date? Heart Linux, huh? So ideally, when you jump into this and you look at it, companies like IBM and Oracle and all these other big companies get away with a lot of the other crap that they do because they've contributed where it doesn't affect their bottom line, or doesn't, like, what they're looking for isn't money driven. So a few recommendations I'm going to give are not open source Windows or any of this other stuff. Yes, the telemetry, a lot of this, I can't, that's a ship you can't steer. Totally get that. Telemetry, bad. 10 years ago, a keylogger was not considered a quality of life improvement. That's the only thing I'm going to say as far as the EULA for Windows 10. Everything else, though, for me, it doesn't matter. What I look for is sincerity, and the way you guys can be sincere is by giving something that does not affect your bottom dollar. Office would be great. OneDrive would be great. I'm not expecting it, though. OneNote, that'd be totally awesome. You got nothing. There ain't no comparison on Linux as far as what you got. OneNote is, but contribute to LibreOffice, not OpenOffice. Contribute to LibreOffice, the documentation foundation, document foundation. That will help. Have LibreOffice have better interoperability with your file formats, so we don't get busted formatting every time we load up a document in LibreOffice. You guys are so focused on the enterprise, that's fine. But from a Linux user or anybody else that uses that, you're helping your competition, but at the end of the day, it doesn't help you guys. It's a sincere gesture. Help DXVK9. You guys want to push DX10 or 12? Go for it. 9's old technology at this point. Well, games still use it, but You get the point. Contribute where it's going to matter to the desktop. Show that you actually heart what you say you heart. And have a sincerity in it. I'm not saying steer the big ship in open source. I'm keeping these realistic. But I think this is a valid conversation to have, and a conversation that needs to happen. And I'm hoping Microsoft is really listening to constructive feedback and things that can be taken to people higher up and presented to them. Because I'm not saying this is a song and dance. I won't say that. But this is a discussion that should have happened back when Ray Ozzie was the open source guy. I'm just glad it's happening finally by somebody. So I hope that gives a clarification of where the mistrust lies, because you have the 15 years of bad blood and everything is profit driven, but there's no sincerity in the motivation. You haven't contributed something that doesn't affect your bottom dollar at the end of the day. And we're not against that. But if you heart it, actually show that you heart it.